Welcome to Design Santa Barbara. I'm Michael Kurosh and today we are in Santa Barbara Design Center. This week I'm excited to be heading south to Ojai, California, where my dear friend and noted interior designer Susan Shand has just completed a project over 2 years in the making. Let's head to Ojai and take a look.
So I'm so glad you're here today.
Oh, me too. This is a fantastic place. Look at this. This is your vision you had for so many times and so long. And
This has been a labor of love for 2 years. That's why you didn't see me well, you saw me all the time picking up things, but this home took about 2 years to make. It was from scratch. And so it was just basically a dirt plot that the owner had found with the most amazing views, which you'll see soon. And every little item in this home was picked with love and fun, and I think we have too much fun doing what we do.
I think you do have an amazing vision and fun. I have fun selling it to you.
It should be illegal. So what more do you want to know about this particular entry?
You know, you were telling me you do a Spanish, colonial, Mediterranean look, and you said it's completely different than anything else. So maybe you can tell the viewers, what is the major difference? I can see it already, you told me, but tell them.
So when you came in from the outside, Tom Meany was the architect, beautiful Mediterranean design. Mediterranean usually goes darker. This home, as you can see, is very much Shand design. It's not dark at all. It's all of the light elements, the light rugs, the light wood ceilings, and you'll see this limestone you'll see throughout the house. And as we walk outside and by the pool area, this lovely chunks of this gorgeous limestone is all in a very light color. It could have been dark, which is typical of the Mediterranean. The wrought iron work that you see was by Raul Flores, who's a local Santa Barbara artisan.
Oh, amazing guy.
And we worked hand in hand. He's so brilliant, and all of these light fixtures that were done were all sort of handmade, and it's all a collaboration. I mean, everything, down to even the handrails. We sat with the owners and we talked about how many squiggles we wanted in the handrails. Don't make it too squiggly. And so what you're finding is sort of a mix of a contemporary, Mediterranean, but not really, modern farmhouse.
All right, so you were talking about Mr. Flores doing the railings, and off of that goes the tiles.
Oh yes, okay, so NS Ceramics in town. Again, I love to use the local people. Nola does beautiful work, and she worked with us on these very, I'd say more Moroccan style tiles, and the colors we handpicked with the owner themselves to mix with the browns and the creams and the golds of the house, and also the exterior of this beautiful home, which are the mountains of this town, Ojai. And as you go up the steps, you'll see that there's a piece that Holroyd, who does amazing glass work. I think one of the few artisans that still does this beautiful stained glass work. And we didn't want typical stained glass, so we had the metal made in conjunction with Raul. And in a sense, if you look at the metal carefully on those windows, you'll see the same formations that you see in the tiles.
The arabesque globe, that looks exactly like those.
That.
Yes.
And then we took those tile colors and we sat painstakingly, I might add, but with fun again, and we matched all of those colors in those tiles to match the stained glass.
Wow, that's amazing.
So that's what you get at the end result.
It's beautiful.
Is that stained glass window.
Perfection.
Thank you, and you'll see stained glass windows a little bit throughout the house, but most of them are clear. The only one that's got color is this one.
And that has a nice shape.
Yeah.
It's the same shape as the fountain that I've seen pictures of many times, but here it is in real.
This is a fun fountain. This fountain, again, the tile that you see on the inside and outside matches the tile on the fountain on the outside when you walk into the outside of the surroundings. And this particular pot, you'll probably see several pictures of me going through, maybe 7 or 8 pots. One ended up cracking in the process, but this was the final perfect pot to match the colors in the tile. In the back of this. And this is just a lovely way for when the clients come home at night, they turn their lights on, their fountain's always bubbling. And generally during the summer, both the front door and back door are open to the inside and outside. And you've got the gurgling of the fountain. It's
beautiful. I've
heaven.
seen a lot of these Moorish style fountains in outdoors. Never seen it indoors actually. That's
good.
beautiful.
We'll see one outside later.
All right, love to. Okay, so where do we go from here?
Let's go into the kitchen.
Love to. It's incredible to think that everything was built from scratch. I can't wait to see how Susan has designed this beautiful home. Stay tuned. We will have more Design Santa Barbara after the break. My grandfather taught me about the beauty of the rugs. Each one tells a story. Story about the person who wove it, the person who bought it, the person who inherits it, the person who treasures it. It's amazing how simply looking at an object can bring you back to a different place and time, or remind you of someone you love. At Santa Barbara Design Center, we want to help you find a rug that will travel through time with your family for generations to come. Visit us at 410 Olive Street and find your treasure today. This week on Michael's Minute, we are going to talk about modern and transitional rugs. At Santa Barbara Design Center, we have over 1,000 modern and transitional rugs at any given time in various sizes and colors. A modern or transitional rug can completely transform your living space. It can make a cold room comfortable or balance out an uneven contrast. We can also custom make the modern rug of your dreams, designed to your specification, taste, and color. And at Santa Barbara Design Center, we can do it faster, better, for less. That's why the top designers in the world use our modern and transitional rugs. To see our vast collection or start designing your custom masterpiece, come visit us at Santa Barbara Design Center, 410 Olive Street. Today on Design FYI, we're going to talk about what not to buy when you're going shopping for rugs. Most big outlets or national chains, they sell nowadays hand-tufted rugs. This sounds like it's hand knotted, it's done by hand, but actually they are not. It's called hand-tufted and is actually a gun that rolls the wool around the warp, and they are not good rugs at all. So this is a sample we're having here for you to see. Anything that has a backing like this, flip your rugs over at home, see if it has a backing, is absolutely not good. So what it does is it hides what they did below this thing, which is a latex glue, which actually is toxin. And if you have got any rugs over the net, I hate to say it, over the net, because it's easy to sell and they're inexpensive, you buy these things over the internet. So when it comes to your house, they smell. Have you noticed that? They smell more like a gasoline or more like a diesel because they don't let the latex cure. And the latex that glues this wool to this backing smells a lot. On top of that, they shed quite a lot. The wool is cheap because they need to be inexpensive, and they shed. I would not recommend you to get anything, again, that has a backing and is glued because it comes apart very easily. It is temporary. It is not a green product because they wear very quickly, end up in the fill, and just basically as a landfill junk we are adding to our planet. The things I would recommend you to get, unlike these things that have backing, is the rugs that they have nuts to them. So as what to buy, I highly recommend you to get some rugs that they are hand knotted. And how you can see, flip it to the back, and you can see the knots are done individually, and each one is slightly different than the next one because they're done by hand, and the intensity of the wool and the pull they have, the weaver, makes them look different. Also, the sides are done by hand. That you can see very easily. If you want to buy a real rug, please come to Santa Barbara Design Center and I can gladly help you. Thank you for joining us on Design FYI, Santa Barbara Design Center, 410 Olive.
Welcome to Rugs & More. We provide the West Coast with the most comprehensive collection of new, oriental, and antique rugs. Rugs are solid art investments and often become cherished family treasures. Our limitless inventory will warm up your home. Exotic or traditional, tribal or modern, our rugs weave stories through intricate patterns, compelling colors, and touchable materials. #1 in Santa Barbara for over 20 years. Visit us today at Rugs & More, 410 Olive Street in Santa Barbara.
This week we are in Ojai, California with noted interior designer Susan Shan, who has spent nearly 2 years working on this incredible home. Now let's head in and see for ourselves what makes this project so special. Oh, these are fantastic doors.
These doors are throughout the property. There's actually 5 or 6 sets of these. These are what we call the art doors because they're all made from wire cedar brushed. And they were all hand done by Arcadia,
custom
yes,
made.
custom made. And these little clavels, these are all wrought iron and all done to match the hardware on the doors.
Awesome.
This is Capital Hardware who did these, but this was Arcadia doors.
Beautiful, beautiful. All right, now we have one of these
Oh, yes.
beautiful paintings of yours. You have in a lot of projects.
Okay, you know how much I love America Martin, young, prolific artist. This particular piece, it felt very right with the barn and the feelings of this, because this is sort of an old farmer. It's the suspenders, you can tell from the look of that. She's an artist that was born and raised in Los Angeles, and she's only in about 5 galleries across the country, and Elizabeth Gordon right here in Santa Barbara has her art pieces. So the client fell in love with this piece, and it just feels just so right in this home.
It's beautiful. And then now we have the wine cellar.
Okay, so there's hundreds of bottles of wine in there. Shall we partake now or wait till after we finish?
Let's say after the shoot.
And again, the doors are all hand wired. We left the glass frame stained glassed so we can see through. And that great piece of art in there, the client had picked up on one of his travels. And
Beautiful tapestry, yes.
This is a niche, which you know I love my niches. This was a place where the wife could actually do her work and have the privacy of being away from the rest of the house, but in the same sense, being involved with the family. Antique doors on top, which were found at Summerland Antiques, to kind of give it an old rustic feeling, and these wonderful sort of silk drapes.
It's beautiful.
And again, this is from Raoul, who hand did this.
Oh, the hook, yes.
To match all of the pieces that you saw in the handrails.
Raoul is an amazing artist. He's very good. All right, here in the kitchen and my favorite room. All right, Susan, here we go.
Mine too. And you know, Michael, this client, their family, big family, they love to have parties, they love to cook. There's a chef in the family, so it was very important that this stone be very, very durable. So it's quartzite, it's the toughest of all stones. They can knock a pan on this and do whatever they need, but they also wanted this kitchen to be inviting. And so it takes us to this fun light fixture, which was from a company called Hubbardton Forge. It's handmade, and this is done in Vermont. And
here in the United States, nice.
Came in a giant crate the size of a car. And as you can see, Tomini did a wonderful job of doing the ceiling feature with this niche in the ceiling.
Yes.
So we needed something to ground the kitchen and still bring us kind of up to the heavens.
It's beautiful, yes, and I like the size of this island, it's
over
you
10
could do damage in here, you
It's
can
over
cook for
10
50
feet.
people. It really is?
Yeah.
Wow, it's beautiful. And I see you have nice appliances, everything's set, thermodor. And
pantry to do all the fun coffee making and keep all the mess in there and the rest of the mess out here.
Very light and airy. You have a lot of windows around, but yet still you have light inside. It's very amazing. It just doesn't look too much, it looks appropriate.
Bringing the inside out, and the farmhouse sink to make it again feel not Mediterranean, but more country.
It's fantastic, and you have the vegetable garden you planted out
Oh
there.
yeah, I want to show you that.
I love
You could pick
vegetables.
some basil.
There you go.
And then under the stove, we've got the gorgeous, again, tile that was from NOLA that we worked with from NS Ceramics.
And the backslash takes away from the Moorish style up front.
Yeah,
It's very
exactly.
nice.
Good. And again, more of these types of light fixtures, the chandeliers, also from the company that made this large chandelier here.
All right, out of the kitchen, now we have a bowl out here. This is very colorful.
Well, I love the reds. This is an artist, Sherry Bellison. She's now been actually in Arizona for the last 27 years. She's at also Elizabeth Gordon Gallery. It's oil on canvas, and the whole idea of bringing the bull into the, it's fun. He's a Taurus who owns the house, so it's got that sort of zodiac concept, but the red As you start to look at the living room, you'll start to see how I pulled some of the red pillows in, the red rugs, and then of course there's the bullfighter in the piece of art
The other
to
side of
play
the room.
again on the other side of the room. And this is interesting, when you build a house from scratch, which you know, you get to do all these fun little niches and nooks. If you have a piece of furniture you fall in love with in advance, which I always fall in love with furniture from the design center, find a piece of furniture we love and then actually measure the wall, work with the contractor, who is Barry Gordon in this case, to build around that piece. So
This is one of your specialities I've seen in your house,
yes,
actually,
yeah.
which you did the niches
Niches
specifically
for
for the certain piece of furniture. Very clever
But this
and
is a
unusual.
sweet bowl.
This is a nice one. And I'm glad he's afraid that's
Of that bullfighter.
the other side is the
yeah.
bullfighter. So keep here, it's fine. No, we'll put them next to
Safe.
each other. Yeah,
He's
it's
safe.
All right, ready to go from here?
Okay, let's go. Let's walk into the living room. I'll show you the other bullfighter and we'll go from there. Let's go have a drink.
Oh, perfect time of the day. There you go.
So, custom bar. These tiles are porcelain stone that are from Ann Sachs. I just love these, and I love them so much actually that I put them all
Oh,
behind.
in the back of the church
So
too.
the
There you
stone follows
go.
all the way through. And this was a lovely little spot to put a bar so that it's part of the kitchen, part of the playroom, part of the outside, which we'll go to next. And it becomes a family gathering area. And of course, they have Don Malachi, the best tequila from
Oh, really?
Baja, you know, so you've got to have that. And then let's walk into the living room and see.
All right, let's take the drink and
Let's have a
go.
drink with us.
All right.
But the red pops that you saw earlier in the paintings, these were all custom pillows from the rugs you see in the hallways.
Connected here with the Moroccan rugs. There you go.
And this table was an antique door. This is the only only thing that's actually Japanese in the entire house, even though I wouldn't call it that because it's an old wood, but we actually put a glass frame on this on top and then framed it with the actual iron to match the iron throughout the
And the
house.
iron is from Raul too, probably.
Raul Flores, who did all the lighting here.
Yes.
So that's
Fantastic.
a part
I
of
love
it.
your pillows. Those smart cloths are fantastic.
Thank you. Yeah, a little bit
You
of-
brought so many different things from so many different places. I mean, that's Japanese. These are Moroccans. Those are from Mali, Africa. This is from Indonesia.
Yeah, that's right.
Those are from Santa Barbara. I mean, the whole 9 yards.
And
You have
we're
the whole
from Santa
world.
Barbara.
And tequila from Mexico. There you go. Yes.
Let's go in the dining room, by the way. This swara table, you said it's from Indonesia.
Actually, I have been to the place that they harvest that and they process it. It is in the middle of Java, and it's a town called Solo, out of all places. It's amazing, and those trees are ginormous. And you said, is this, is it old? Well, they replanted, and in Indonesia everything grows fast, so they're actually economic and they're environmental friendly.
It's such a beautiful piece of wood. I loved even the crack in it that makes it feel like it's just so organic.
And it grows actually in our climate. Since it's dry,
Yeah.
it just gets a little bit bigger, the crack.
Yeah, don't say that. My clients will hate me if it starts to fall apart.
No, it's beautiful. It's natural. It's beautiful.
Michael, the last thing I'd like to share with you is the openness of this house. Everything is indoor, outdoor. So as we walk forward, I'm going to open up all the doors because they all open entirely into the walls. This way, the entire house feels like you can catch a bird in it like you did today.
Oh, yes, that bird was
Okay.
fantastic.
Birds just come on in.
Yeah, let's see it.
Let me show you. Go outside.
Oh,
So this is the
love it.
indoor-outdoor living I was speaking about. And because they have so many wonderful family events, this is where they come to watch Super Bowl Sunday. We'll talk about the fireplace out here, and they could sit out here and watch the game. And look at this giant double farmhouse table. This can actually be split apart, so they have two in case
More
they ever.
people.
But for a big Thanksgiving dinner, I've seen this set up for Thanksgiving. It's gorgeous. Pizza oven, a full-on grill. You've got your wonderful lighting by Flores out here. You've got heating lamps in the ceiling. You've got
Yes.
fans when it gets hot. You couldn't be more.
It's not called outdoor living, it's
No.
called living.
It's living. It's living. Let me walk you.
beautiful.
Let me show you the pool too, because
This
this
is
is all
it.
part of it. So this is all the same Andalusia. This is the great limestone tile that we carried in from the outside,
And it
inside,
looks
outside.
inside, outside, or outside going inside.
inside,
Either way,
outside.
it's beautiful.
And look at this view.
To die for. Literally, that's the reason people live here.
And this is where I spent 2 years of my office time, and it was a great place to come every morning, so had a hard time leaving.
I can imagine that.
It was all
It's
over.
a fabulous place, and it's just unbelievable views. And you said about something about the land that...
Yeah, this land can't be developed, so it'll always look like the Ponderosa.
Unbelievable. So it's not going to be like a development around the
No,
corner
you
up
won't
there.
see another house anywhere.
High rise over
No.
there. No? Oh, wow. And the pool is custom made too, I suppose?
So the pool was all custom built. There's an area for a shallow end where little ones can play and not fall in. There's the deep, wonderful, long lap pool. And then there's also a wonderful built-in hot tub, which is great. And we did the outdoor fountains that overflow from the stone wall. That
The noise
match-
out here.
Yeah, so you can hear that nice soft sound of this wonderful water with the fire elements that are happening right here on the fire right here. And then there's a
Underneath.
fire pit right behind us. So you've got the fire and the water. It's paradise.
You can camp here forever and live. And I see you have also solar panels, which is mandatory in California.
Yes, and so this, which is so wonderful, this place is heated and the pool is heated by these solar panels.
And fantastic.
And also there, you've a little garden, which I'll take you over and show you later
The
as well.
vegetable garden, that
yeah.
was to die for. Very
Fresh
beautiful.
basil for the kitchen.
Susan, this house is amazing and stunning, and there's so much more to be seen. So maybe we come back next week.
Let's do that.
All right.
Okay.
I'm absolutely blown away by what Susan has designed here. We have got so much more to explore. So we will be back next time to see more of this majestic estate. We will be right back. This week on Michael's Minutes, we are going to talk about sectionals. At Santa Barbara Design Center, we will custom build a sectional to your specifications at our factory right here in California. No room is too big or too small. Our line of comfort sectionals are built to the exact size and shape you need for your room. Let you and your family enjoy the luxury of angel hair wrap, the most comfortable seating in the world. Choose from multiple colors and stain-resistant fabrics that can withstand children, pets, and spills. But don't just take my word for it. Come into Santa Barbara Design Center at 410 Olive Street and feel the comfort of a new sectional for yourself. We live in one of the most beautiful locations in the world. I've raised my kids here. I love it here. What we offer at Santa Barbara Design Center isn't just furniture. It's a chance to turn a house into a home. What may look like a deal online, it's very different when it shows up. It's something to be said for feeling it before it becomes part of your life. We are here to help guide you through this wonderful process. We are Santa Barbara Design Center. Come start your journey with us. This week on Design FYI, we're going to talk about sofas and the unknown mistakes people make. Did you know average American spends 46 minutes a day in a car, but they spend 5 hours and 4 minutes on average on a sofa? So why would you go out there and spend tens of thousands of dollars for something you use for 46 minutes and then go ahead and buy something cheap that you sit on it for 5 hours and 4 minutes? At Santa Barbara Design Center, we create your custom sofa that is made for you specifically and to your shape and size and comfort and your family. So when you're sitting and watching TV or talking and conversing with your friends, you're sitting on actually something that represents you. Your car represents you. Why shouldn't your sofa? Thank you for joining us on Design FYI this week, and please come see me at Santa Barbara Design Center, 410 Olive, and let me help you find the right sofa for you and your family. Today on Appraisals, we have this stunning 17th century North Italian cabinet. At the time in which this cabinet was built, Italy was fractured into several small states, including the Republic of Venice, the Papal States, and the Kingdom of Sicily. The Renaissance in Italy produced some of the world's finest art, architecture, and literature. Furniture design in this era took a turn towards the ornate. Although not as lavish as later French furniture, with gilding and other accents, one can see the Italian style developing into something grander than just function. Now we have this beautiful Northern Italian 17th century cabinet. I actually really like the colors, like the design. It is not too ornate, but it is decoratively painted. The color, the patina on it, it takes you back centuries. It is something you don't see nowadays. You don't see it in new furniture. I sell a lot of furniture. They're new. You can feel they're new. This has a soul to it that you cannot replicate. The age that goes to it has a little inscription, a little date on here. It's a 1648. It's a little bit hard to read. Has a little beautiful cross in the top, has a little heart in the bottom. You have this beautiful bouquet of flower sprays, the opening up. What is impressive to me is this original hardware. As you can see, they hand hammered this. They have these ancient nails that you can date most furniture with. And as long as if you see a Phillips screw in it, you know that's a 20th century item. These things, the other hand, they're very old and they're original. As you can see, functional but beautiful. It's a little dragon, if you can see, and dragon is a continuous theme in my show, and I love dragons. Beautiful green, has a little lock, you open it. Inside of it has still the old patina, original lock. Inside is functional. You could use it as a bar, you could use it as a entry piece, you could store items in it. Nowadays, whoever buys this perhaps most likely will use it as a decorative item in an entrance or some beautiful corner. I have seen a lot of Italian furniture. This particular one stands out as beautiful, as a little bit of a primitive northern villages of Italy, south of Tyrol. Beautiful. I appraise this for $12,000 to $15,000 in today's market. That's today's appraisal. See you next week.